Young Kael noticed it first. He had been awake since before dawn, leaping from rock to rock along Lumara Ridge.
But something was wrong.
The glow was dimmer. The golden light in the bark had faded to pale yellow. The silver rivers had gone almost gray. He turned and ran back through the trees toward the heart of the forest. A family of glowing dragonflies hovered overhead. 3 river otters had climbed out of the silver river, wide-eyed.
The heart crystal, a great gem of pure golden light, ancient as the forest itself.
But this morning, the heart crystal's light had gone dim. He ran toward the ancient clearing, toward the oldest and wisest animal in all of Lumara. Standing right beside him, trying desperately to look important, was Tanu.
As the official assistant to the Grand Wise One, I will be managing all questions today. Please form an orderly... Tanu, please stop talking!
Yes, Grand Wise One.
He stepped to the side and immediately stepped on his own tail. Are you ready for the main event? Prepare to be amazed! Oh dear, what happened? Look at all the sparkles! He certainly made an entrance.
He insisted that wouldn't happen. I meant to do that. The heart crystal has gone dark.
Without the heart crystal, the forest will lose all its light. In 3 days, Lumara will go dark.
And then, a young voice spoke up from the edge of the clearing.
Then someone must go and bring it back. You can barely reach the top of the southern ridge, little goat.
I'm not going for glory. I'm going because the forest is dying, and somebody has to.
I'll go too!
I can shapeshift, Boo. I can be anything. A bear, a wolf. I'm basically a one Tanuki army. Observe. He turned into a perfect, leafy, very green cabbage.
Tanu uncabbaged himself immediately. He straightened up with great dignity. The cabbage was intentional. I was warming up.
I will come too.
After 10 seconds, he had moved roughly half a body length. Kael and Tanu exchanged looks.
Give him 3 minutes.
They left Lumara together as the pale morning light was rising. The deeper they went into Lumara, the worse the changes showed. The bark that should have blazed gold was now ordinary wood.
Watch this. He turned into a perfect replica of a large, very impressive wolf.
Even with a dramatic snarl.
I was testing you to see if you were paying attention. Points for you.
Kael, why do you want to do this?
Not many creatures have something this beautiful to come home to.
Don't ever take it for granted.
They were still moving through the forest when Kael noticed the bioluminescent river had gone almost completely dark.
They had learned quickly that the best approach was to walk ahead, then stop and wait for Turo.
By afternoon, they had reached the northernmost edge of Lumara, the last trees before the border of the frozen abyss.
One step, and the air was warm and forest-scented.
I'm fine! Totally fine! Cold is just my body being dramatic.
Kael stepped across. The cold hit him too well, sharp and clean. But mountain goat wool was thick.
I have a plan.
Kael helped pull him out. Without a word, he pressed his warm, woolly side against Tanu until the shaking stopped. Turo crossed the border without flinching, old enough to have made peace with what he couldn't change.
Stay close, and step where I step.
But you're stepping once every 7 seconds.
Then count to 7 between each step, and look around while you do.
The frozen abyss was hauntingly, impossibly beautiful.
I live in your personal space now.
Then Tanu grabbed Kael's leg. He whispered, "Through the trees, Tanu, a shadow moves." The frozen river made deep groaning sounds, like the ice was dreaming and muttering to itself. Black ice formations rose from the ground in twisted shapes, spirals and columns and strange curves.
She knows we're here.
Kael had the prickling feeling of being watched, the same feeling he got on mountain peaks when a hawk was circling somewhere above. The temperature dropped further. Kael's breath came in thick white clouds.
I live here now.
Pressed against Kael's side.
Then Tanu grabbed Kael's leg and went very still. Through the trees, maybe 30 body lengths away sat.
Kael stared at the empty space it had left. His heart was beating very fast.
They moved deeper. The abyss had no intention of making things easy for 3 small animals with a big purpose.
Run!
Kael's hooves found grip on the ice bay. Mountain goat instinct, every hoof placed perfectly, weight balanced, angles understood in an instant.
Tanu reached the river's edge and looked down at the groaning ice below.
Tanu squeezed his eyes shut and turned into the most enormous, terrifying bear creature he had ever managed.
He roared.
Then the Tanuki tail popped back out. Shira looked at the tail, then at his face.
Tanu ran onto the ice. His legs went in 4 different directions simultaneously. He slid 20 feet on his belly and crashed into Kael.
This is fine. I'm fine. Everything is fine.
They landed in darkness. Then, faint blue-white light.
This is fine. I'm fine. Everything is fine.
They looked up through the translucent ceiling. Shira's silhouette above, sitting still, waiting. She could have followed us in.
Maybe she didn't want to get wet.
Or maybe she's waiting for us to come out.
Then Tanu made a sound. It was a small sound, and it had a crack in the middle of it.
I'm scared. I've been joking the whole time because I don't know what else to do. My mother used to say I jogged through fear instead of sitting in it.
I left my family in Lumara.
My mother. My 2 little brothers. If the forest dies...
Kael put his head gently against Tanu's. He said,
That's why we're gonna get the heart crystal back.
Their laughter echoed off the ice walls, Kael, small and warm and golden in all that cold. Pip, a snowdrop firefly.
You came.
We fell through the ice.
Yes. Well, the result is the same.
She didn't hurt you.
She chased us.
She chased you. There's a difference.
The heart crystal didn't fall because of the Snow Leopardess. There was an ice quake. It rolled here from Lumara by accident. It wasn't stolen.
It just fell.
Where is the crystal now?
At the heart of the abyss, in Shira's den.
She has it.
Not the way you're thinking.
Pip turned and moved toward the far wall of the cave. A passage through the ice, going deeper. The passage wound through ancient ice, dear way, blue-white walls.
How do you know where to go, Pip?
I've been here for a long time, watching, waiting for someone brave enough to come. The passage opened, and they came out into the chamber.
Kael looked at Shira, and then he really looked at her. He saw not a monster, but a mother who had lost everything. Kael took 1 step toward her.
then another.
Don't! Why?
Just that one word. And he waited.
It is warm. I had cubs once. 2 of them. 2 seasons ago. There was a blizzard. They were too young for the abyss winds. Then the crystal appeared. It rolled from the north, glowing. It glowed like them. Tanu reached up and scrubbed at his face quickly with both paws. He looked away, blinking fast. The forest is dying. Without the crystal, everything that lives in Lumara. I'm not asking you to give up the warmth. I'm asking you to share it.
A sound echoed through the tunnel. Slow, steady, unmistakable. Turo entered the chamber.
Free.
No one spoke. Then Tanu opened his mouth again. Kael could see it. The recklessness and love.
And then Turo crossed the chamber. He walked to the crystal. He lowered himself beside it. He pressed his great
Turo. Hush.
Hush.
I have lived long enough to know that the best thing a life can do is give another life the chance to begin. The glow inside Turo's shell began to move, slowly, like honey flowing downhill. The frost cracked. The crystal blazed. Pale gold became gold.
Turo went still. His shell had gone dark. The ancient glow was gone day, leaving only old, weathered green shell.
I'm all right. Just old.
Turo.
Turo.
The glow was never mine to keep forever.
Shira looked at the blazing crystal. Its warmth filled the chamber. She looked at Kael. She looked at Turo. Shira picked up the heart crystal in her great jaws of Ra, so gently, the way she once carried cubs, and held it. They moved back through the passage, Pip ahead, Shira carrying the crystal, Kael and Tanu helping Turo between them. Tanu slipped his paw into Kael's foreleg and held on. Kael didn't say anything. He just walked and let him hold on. They pushed through the blizzard without stopping. Kael leaned into the wind, hooves finding purchase on the ice. Shira pressed forward.
Nobody talked much. They were tired and cold, and their hearts were full of things that didn't need words.
Kael looked up and saw. just at the edge of visibility poorer, a faint golden shimmer between the distant trees.
Shira stepped across the border. The crystal's light hit the first tree.
The animals broke into noise, pawed, calling, leaping, diving into the blazing silver river, laughing. Tanu watched it all. For the first time, he let himself feel the full weight of what they had accomplished.
Yes, I more or less personally saved the forest. It was mostly me. The goat helped. Ask anyone.
Kael rolled his eyes so thoroughly that his whole body was involved.
Shira placed the crystal back in its resting place at the heart of Lumara. She stood in its warmth for a long moment.
Kael went to find his mother. She was waiting exactly where he left her, on the southern ridge.
The rivers ran like ribbons of fire. The moss on the rocks blazed emerald. Tanu spotted his family pressing through the crowd. His mother. His two small brothers.
Tanu, face down in the moss with a tiny brother on each side, felt something so full he didn't try to joke it away. Pip settled on a flower at the clearing's edge. He glowed, small and gold and entirely himself, as he always had. And then Chuomi, at the edge of the forest, between the last Lumara trees and the first abyss silver fenny, Shira.
You can't go back to the abyss. There was never anything there for you. You were just waiting.
I am not a forest creature.
Maybe you are now.
Shira looked at Pip on his branch, glowing gold. She looked at the small animals.
She stepped forward, her first step into Lumara. The golden light fell on her coat.
She stopped. She looked down at her own great paws, touched by light. She walked deeper into the trees without another word. The forest received her in gold and silence.
I am not a forest creature.
Maybe you are now.
We're keeping the giant leopardess.
Yes.
She's definitely not going to eat me.
Probably not.
Probably.
Keeping the giant leopardess.
Yes.
She's definitely not going to eat me.
Probably not.
Probably. Over the days that followed, Shira was seen moving through Lumara. Turo rested by the silver river. His shell was dark, but he was the same. Slow, certain, entirely at peace. The forest of Lumara returned to its full beauty killed, and this time, 5 more creatures knew how much it was worth.
The second morning after their return, Kael stood alone on Lumara Ridge and watched the sunrise.
Below him, Tanu was already spinning the adventure into legend. The bear shapeshifting had grown at least twice as impressive.
Does it bother you? Your glow being gone?
No. The glow was not me. I carried it for a long time, and then I gave it back. I told my mother I'd stay safe.
Did you come home?
Yes.
Then you kept the more important promise.
In the depths of the forest, Shira moved between the trees' colochyons, watching, guarding. Pip glowed on Kael's horn.
What happens now?
I don't know. That's the best part. Tanu was below, taking full credit for everything, with sound effects. Completely in his element.
The heart crystal pulsed at the center of Lumara. Once, twice, 3 times. The forest glowed. The morning opened wide and warm, and somewhere in it fenny.